You mentioned that if the devil is not able to succeed in tempting us to sin, then he will use fear and pain, etc., to get us to turn from God. If we do not verbalize our fears, does he know them in our own thoughts? Does he possess the ability to know our thoughts? Okay, second question. So, the short answer is no. Right? He doesn't have the ability to know our thoughts. That ability belongs only to God, right? And God alone. He is infinite. He is omniscient. Remember that Satan is just an angel, right? In a fallen, right, bad angel, but he's an angel. And so angels are finite. If a creature is finite, they have limits. And so there's a limit to Satan's knowledge, right? He cannot know our thoughts. Even when we think about angels' knowledge, there's kind of, it can be broken down in four ways. Angels have natural knowledge, right? That which they had by nature as they were created. They have revealed knowledge, right? Whatever it is that God revealed to them. They have acquired knowledge. Right? We're told the angels rejoice when a sinner is saved, right? So they now acquire this knowledge of the sinner saved and is able to rejoice. And then they have supernatural knowledge, which would be because of the accomplishment of what Christ did on the cross. Although He did not redeem angels, He did confirm them in their state, so that they would know now that they cannot fall, right? And they cleave and hold on to God. So those are the four kinds of knowledge that angels have. And so, one is not omniscience. That belongs only to God. We can look at a text like Psalm 139, verses 1 and 2. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. Okay, so that type of infinite knowledge, the knowledge of even the thoughts of man, belongs only to God. But just because Satan doesn't know your thoughts and can't get into your head, doesn't mean that he, in a sense, doesn't know what we're thinking or know what our weaknesses are. Right? Remember that Satan, although a created being, is in the category above human beings. Right? He is pure spirit, as all angels are, and so if man knows himself, it would make sense that the angel, who is of a higher order than man, would know that which is lower than him. Right? He would know something about those who are created and under the angels. Also, remember that Satan himself, most people assume, the sin was pride that cast him down out of heaven. So if Satan himself deals with pride, right, it would be, I think, a fair conclusion to draw that he would understand that these types of sins even humanity deals with. Think about also Satan is a master watcher. And so he doesn't need to get into your head to know what you're thinking, know what your fears are. He sees it play out every day in your lives. And he pounces upon those chances, and he does that. And he's been doing that for thousands of years, right? He's crafty, and he's cunning, and he knows what he's doing because he's been doing it for so long. And so no, I don't think it's a good thing then to hold in your fears and don't say them because you're afraid maybe Satan will then know what your fears are, play upon them. Ultimately God calls us, doesn't He, to cry out to Him, to voice our fears and concerns, our anguish, our worry, ultimately trusting that God's will is always going to be done, right? That Satan cannot touch us unless God allows it to happen, unless it be God's will. And so we just have to trust and rely in God and His goodness over His creation.